I fully expected to be called on today.
She's been saying, pick me all day. Pick me.
I was going like this.
Me.
I like the story.
That's not why we called on you.
Oh, okay. I like the story that you were telling earlier about how you had the conversation and someone said, oh, things are going so well for you, and you were talking about the vortex. And then you were telling your friend, going from frustration to hope. I've overcome a lot of things in the last year or so, and I find that I'm attracting those people who are asking me those questions. And I get all excited just like you were there. And when it goes really well and they listen and I give them direction, I get even more excited. Well, my question is, how do I continue to be excited and help when there are some people who ask and I talk to them and they never make any change? And then I feel as a teacher that maybe I'm not doing it right or speaking right, and I feel bad. I feel...
Well, your role as a teacher, and it's tricky, we know, but your role as a teacher is to practice when they're not arguing for their limitations. When you practice arguing for their success so that their success in your vibration is louder than their limitations in your vibration. In other words, you can't create in their reality, but the thing that upsets your apple cart is they ask you, and so you put them in your vibrational escrow, and then when they don't become what you've put in vibrational escrow, you get split apart and it feels like it's their fault.
Right.
So you want to say to them, hey, I told you what to do, you didn't do it, so it's your problem. But,
right.
But the thing that happened is, through your interaction with them, you created a new and improved version of them, which you must stay true to. So this conversation we're having is not about them not being true to escrow. It's about you not being true to escrow.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
So what you want to say to them is, hey, you're really helping me out because you're teaching me that I still have tendencies to observe where I'm at or where you're at instead of observing where we're all going. In other words, I still have too much going on in my vibration about where we all are, which means I just haven't practiced enough the vibration of where we're going. It really is. It's like a weight and balance thing. It really is. If 51% of your vibration is spent on where they're going, and 49% of your vibration or attention is spent on where they are, you're making progress. But most people give much more of their attention toward what is than toward what is desired. And they're just helping you out. In other words, they're helping you become the teacher that you were born to be. Oh, it's easy to love someone who's lovable. It's the easiest thing in the world to find something lovable and love it. But how you really learn about the true essence of love is to love something that's not lovable. And by that we mean their unlovable nature makes you ask for something different. Then you have to train yourself to stay focused upon that which has been born out of it rather than that which is still there. So say to your friends, if you were lovable, you'd be easy, but you're not lovable. You're not lovable. You are like a problem child. You make me become a more strong desirer. As I play with you, I want something more than we've got going on. I want this. But you beat the drum of where you are so loud, and I'm so weak that I keep focusing over here instead of over here. You're going to teach me to look where I want to look, not where the drum that's beat the loudest is. You are going to be my best teacher, student of mine.
So truly, I have to continue to be the best that I can be in order to be of assistance to someone who isn't listening.
Don't you? Well, you see what you
Right.
You're not listening, you're not listening, you're not listening, you're not listening, you're not. If you were listening, you'd be over here, but you're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening, you're not listening. I told you, I gave you this and this and this. I gave you this book, I gave you this book, and still you're not listening, 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 you're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening, you're not listening, and I feel bad because you're not listening. And if you would listen, I would feel better, but you're not listening. No, 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 you're not listening. You're not listening. And we say, you're not listening.
Thank you. I get it.
You are a really good teacher, and there are a lot of people that have been easier for you to imagine more positive outcomes. But here's the thing, and here's really what's at the heart of this. You can't help someone who is very far from where your vibrational pattern is. In other words, if you mostly feel good and they mostly feel bad, you're not the teacher for them, because they can't hear you and you can't hear them.
Okay.
So release those who are not listening to teachers who they can hear. And meanwhile, you just stay where you are and let those who are ready for you gravitate to you.
That feels really good.
There is never a crowd on the leading edge. In other words, you are a unique leading edge group. And there are much bigger audiences gathering on many other subjects, you see. Just hold your tone where you are and let those who are ready for you find their way to you by the powerful law of attraction. They will.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.